message gets real in the back end. My message is find what you love and do it until you can't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Find what you love and do it until you can't do it anymore.
Okay.
2 years ago this month, my pops passed away. May he rest in peace. He died of dementia, and I knew that I was. Can we cuss on here? I knew that I was BSing. How about that? I knew that I was BSing. I would say 4 years ago, I was about 20 pounds heavier, and I was drinking Hennessy with my omelet. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking Hennessy with my omelet turned up, thinking that I'm living my best life. We partying, we popping bottles, we doing all this. We buying designer clothes, we doing all this stuff. But I was caught in the matrix, as you know, as we always talk about it, I was caught in the matrix, man.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Black Man's Journey. Today I am joined by a very special guest, Lord Williamson himself.
What's good, my man? What's good, man? It's good to see you, man. Good to be here.
It's a blessing, man, to be in this beautiful Pattaya, Thailand, man.
Thanks, man. First off, I want to say thank you for having me. I see the work you're putting in, and you see the work I'm putting in, so it's always good to collab with another creator, especially a black creator like yourself, in the same life, who has the same type of lifestyle as me, you feel me?
Big facts, man. So, we're gonna jump into this interview. We're gonna touch on our experiences, well, your experiences.
On that gas, ain't you, my boy?
Cut. We're gonna talk a little bit about Barranquilla, some of your experiences there, as well as how you feel about Thailand.
Cool, I'm with that.
So if you don't mind, could you just introduce yourself and a little bit about your background?
Okay, my name is Lord Williamson, aka Lord Williamson. Background, I'm from Russellville, Arkansas, super small town. I come from a huge family, and I was just inspired to travel. That's one thing I've always done. I was blessed to be a basketball player, playing AAU basketball. I traveled everywhere, all around the States every summer. And whenever I got older, I kind of stopped. But then, you know, I started thinking like, man, I gotta get out. You know, I started in Jamaica, started in Mexico, and then I just kept wanting to go. I kept wanting to see the world. I kept wanting to just have new experiences and see different cultures, man. And now we're here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Hey, God works in mysterious ways, man. Thankful to be here with you, man. One place that we were together not too long ago was Barranquilla, Colombia. Talk a little bit about what inspired you to want to take that trip.
As you know, I'm a Colombia fanatic. Anybody who watches my channel, also the channel is Lord Williamson. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and follow. That being said, I love Colombia, man. I love the heritage they have there. I love the culture. I love the people. And I love, you know, just pretty much everything about it. There are some things that we will discuss, I'm sure, later that I do not like about it. But that being said, what made me want to go is I wanted to originally go to Brazil Carnival. Money was funny. So I was like, let's go to the second best carnival in the world, supposedly. And then it was between that and Trinidad. And then I had my friends there, my friend Wes, shout out Worldwide West. He linked us up. And then I was just like, man, let's do it. I'm already here in Colombia. That was my second time in Colombia for an extended amount of time. So I was like, man, let's do it, man. So we went there and we turned up. We had a great time, a lot of ups and downs, but the most important thing is when traveling, as long as you learn from the situation. But yeah, man, it was good to meet you. We had a fun time, man. It was fun, bro.
Keys, man, keys, yes. So, as you know, traveling can be challenging at times. Can you share some of the challenges that you ran into in the Barranquilla trip?
As far as the Barranquilla trip and every other trip that I have is, I guess it's the experience of not knowing, you know, and that's not knowing where to eat, not knowing where to go, not knowing who to talk to and who not to talk to, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing your surroundings. But with that, it's kind of like mysterious. It's like, hey, let's walk down this street and see if tomorrow we're gonna walk down it again, you know? And just learning from it. The biggest experience, I don't know, as you know, 2 years ago this month, my pops passed away. May he rest in peace. He died of dementia, and I knew that I was. Can we cuss on here? I knew that I was BSing. How about that? I knew that I was BSing, and I wasn't working hard. I was working, but not working hard. Right. Once I turned that switch on and started working hard every day on my craft, every day on learning Spanish, every day on saving my money, I literally, you know, it just took off for me. You know, I gained more and more subscribers, followers, and I was starting to live a better life. You know, and that work comes with challenges, man. Just like you know, you've grown your business, you've grown everything that you're doing. You're here. We met. If y'all don't know, we met in Colombia, and we just so happened to end up in Thailand at the same time, on the same day. And that's just, you know, that's just that work, man. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think about it like where I was 3-4 years ago. You know, I was sleeping on my dad's couch. Exactly. 2 years straight. So I know if I can do it, man, anybody can do it.
And me personally, I would say 4 years ago, I was about 20 pounds heavier, and I was drinking Hennessy with my omelet. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking Hennessy with my omelet turned up, thinking that I'm living my best life. We partying, we popping bottles, we doing all this. We buying designer clothes, we doing all this stuff. But I was caught in the matrix, as you know, as we always talk about it. I was caught in the matrix, man. And I'm here as a testimony to be like, you know, not just black people, but anybody in America, anybody over the world. That stuff doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean a dime, man. You know, get out, see the world, or do what you love. If you don't want to see the world, that's cool. But as long as you're doing what you love, it's gonna reap the benefits, man.
Dropping them gems, man. This man is wise right here.
There's no cap. That just is what it is, man.
So, after Barranquilla, you went home, got your mind right, and you came out here to Thailand. Can you talk a little bit about your experiences, especially in Pattaya? Like, what has that been like for you?
It has its ups and downs, and when I say that, I mean I'm always thinking of could I live here. Any place I go, I'm thinking could I live here. Thailand is beautiful. I could come here and I could live 6 months, be focused, but it wouldn't be where I would pick. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be where I would pick. It may sound, well, I don't care how it sounds pretty much. I do like being around my own people, but when I say the people in Thailand are the nicest people I've ever met, it kind of reflects on how my American mind thinks. People were telling me, you know, people were doing stuff for me and they never met me a day in my life, and I'm looking like is this a setup? Like, what are y'all doing? And that's my American mindset, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that surely no one can be this nice and go out their way for no absolute reason. I think when I get older, when I get a little bit older, I would want to live here. Or I would choose to live here, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I want to be still in the mix, but I want to be away from the mix at the same time. I want to have the best of both worlds. And Bangkok is for me. Bangkok is for me.
That's your speed.
Pattaya is not my speed. I'm a city boy at heart. I love the city, but I'm a country boy at heart. Where I like the grind of the city. I like sometimes I like hearing trains, you know, sometimes I like catching the subway. Here, you don't really have to do all that, man, but.
Would you suggest someone who is looking to find a place to travel that they how would you suggest that they go about finding their ideal place to live?
It all depends on their what they like and what they think they dislike. Because I say think they dislike is because you really don't know until you get out there. Me personally, if somebody asks me Jared, Lord, where do I want to go, or where should I go to start off, I would always say Mexico. The reason I would say Mexico is because it still has that English speaking, you know, twang to it. People can speak a lot of English in Mexico. You're close to home, but not too close that everybody can just come out and, you know, touch you every once in a while. But I would say start out there. But I would say assess why you want to travel. I had a specific reason why I was, I guess, inspired to travel. I had a specific reason, and that is what made me like, yo, I'm about to go here, I'm about to go there, I'm about to go there. But I want to see the whole world. And there's different reasons I want to go to Tokyo is because I saw a movie. If y'all may be too old, you know, me and you in the same age bracket, but Three Ninjas, you know, I saw that, they went to Tokyo. I've always wanted to go there. Brazil, I went there because Snoop inspired me back in the day. Like, man, those steps look real cool. Those beautiful women, the sea, you know what I'm saying, the ocean. That's what inspires me. And but I guess first and foremost, what inspired me was me and my chick at the time. We were in, I believe, Mexico, and I was like, man, we was on a resort, and I was like, I don't see any black people here. You know what I'm saying? And then around the corner, as soon as I said that, bro, 2 black kids walk, and I'm like, yes, they living life. They living life. So about 5 minutes later, a golf cart with a white man and a white woman pulled up, and I asked, and they hopped in, and they were adopted by those kids. Wow. And I was just like, nah, man, no disrespect to anybody that has nothing to do with it, but I'm just saying, I'm thinking that it's a black family living their life, seeing the world. But a lot of my people are confined in those blocks that they live on. They don't think to go eat other foods, you know, and they don't have the desire to, especially when we're treated like in my opinion, especially when we're treated like second-class citizens in America. Definitely get out, definitely go experience the world, man. It's huge. You gotta experience, man. And if you don't like it, guess what you can do? Go back. You can always go back, man. So that's what I think about it. That's what inspired me, and that's why you see me here with my man Black Man's Journey right now.
Big facts, big facts. That's some great advice, man. One thing that I try to focus on is finances. So can you just talk a little bit about the importance of traveling as well as building wealth? Like, what does that mean, and why should we focus on that?
You should focus on, I guess you should focus on building wealth. I would say know how to maintain, and then once you maintain, double that. So in my head, whenever I'm at the house or if I'm in America and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a trip, I think of a number that I wanna save, and then I get to that number, and then I wait a little bit more, and then once I'm like, you know, once I'm exceeding that number, then I can go ahead and, you know, do whatever I want to do and go wherever I'd like to go. I believe in, I am a cheapo. Yeah. I'm a cheap man. Don't let these clothes fool you, man. I save my money and then I go have fun. He knows I save my money. I don't go out all the time, but when I do go out, I go out heavy. Like, I like to have fun. But I would say having an emergency fund is the biggest thing. Right now, if we needed to get back to America and flights are $2,000, I know we could both do that. It may hit you, but I know we could both do that just to be safe. Another thing, credit. Get your credit right, man. Get your credit right. That is one of the big things, because you can have a travel credit card. Once you have a travel credit card, you can get that money back. Don't just spend your money. That's how all these billionaires, all these millionaires you see, they're spending other people's money. They're spending the bank's money, because in turn the bank's gonna give them money back. So you might as well spend their money and then let your hard-earned money stack, and then you pay them back whenever you get a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's just how everyone's been doing it, and that's how I'm starting to do it, and I love it. You know? Yeah.
And always pay off your balance.
Definitely. Always pay off your balance. You don't want that. If you don't pay off your balance, you're gonna have bad credit.
Facts. Big facts. Big facts. So I want to shift gears a little bit, because, you know, your style of videos is, I think you would classify as comedic relief.
Definitely.
Can you share maybe one or two of your funniest travel experiences?
I would say top funniest travel experience would be when I got robbed in Medellin. When I say that, they didn't rob me, they didn't stick a gun in my head, but they broke into me and my homeboy's apartment. We were staying there for some months. They broke in, stole my laptop, stole my shades, stole everything that was replaceable, but they still stole my peace of mind. And then the Airbnb wasn't helping out, they weren't doing anything. That was probably my funniest one, because I didn't sulk about it. What I did was, and I don't suggest this to anybody, but what I did was I went straight to the refrigerator and I poured me a cup, and I poured me another cup, I set my camera up, and I spoke on the experience. I was pissed, but nobody was hurt. It was something that I could afford with my emergency fund. It was something that I could afford, and we got out there. And I'll tell you to go ahead and tag that on the description. If y'all haven't seen that and y'all want a good laugh, that's probably one of my funniest experiences. And just turning a positive into a somewhat negative. I think that's at like 20,000+ views right now. So it was a terrible experience, but the people of Colombia definitely helped out. That being said, we did not get our stuff. So, but that was probably my funniest experience, just because I turned it into a good, I guess I turned it into something that's gonna be paying me on YouTube, you know, for here on out. So hopefully I get that same amount that I had to spend on my new MacBook. So I turned that into a positive. Second funniest one, man, I guess my whole Playa del Carmen trip was pretty funny, man. Just because I was just having the time of my life. It was my birthday. I had just got monetized. So all the good stuff was happening to me. I was feeling good. The community in Playa del Carmen, which if y'all looking for a place to go, definitely go, especially as a black man. They have a whole black community. Definitely go to Playa del Carmen. Y'all hit me up. I can show y'all exactly where to go. That whole trip was just funny, man. There was plenty of funny things that happened to me, but I do comedic relief because I started off as a comedian. I started off doing Instagram skits, but I wasn't dedicated, so that's not gonna work if you're not dedicated. Then I started off doing, then I went to comedy when I was living in New York. I was doing stand-up, but then again, I didn't stick with it. You know, it was just something that I dibbled and dabbled in. And now I am in the YouTube space, so I brought all that stuff with skits, comedy, you know, comedic relief. I've channeled all that into a channel that I have that I call my own, and I feel like there's no other product out there on the market right now that's like mine. That's why I'm pushing that, man. That's why I'm so confident that we gonna blow up. Black Man's Journey is gonna blow up. We both gonna be sitting here in a year with 100,000 followers, man. So, or 100,000 subscribers. So, you know, I believe in that if you want it. But everything with my channel, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn what not to do when you're in Medellin. You're gonna learn what to do or what not to do when you're in Brazil. And you're gonna learn how to have fun and go to the places that are safe for you, and you can rest and, you know, relax, you know?
Yes. Just like the song crawl video you did.
Exactly, man. The legend of Jamal Wick. That's you know, that's just something that came to me. I was in the shower. I'm like, man, I gotta reshoot this. I gotta do this, man. I gotta do this right, man. Everybody, because I'm looking at everybody else's song crawl videos, and I'm like, man, this is cool, but it's showing the same thing. So how can I turn it up a notch? And that's why I went into my Jamal Wick State of Mind, #1 hitman in Thailand. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out.
Facts. You know, one thing that really inspired me was a moment in Cartagena, and we were about to go in the club, and brother came up to us and to you, and it was just like, hey bro, you Lord Williamson, you're the reason I'm here.
Facts, man. That's happened to me. I would say about 5 or 6 times, and every time it gets better. It happened to me at Songkran. Everybody was shooting. He was like, hey, you that Lord YouTuber guy, and sprayed. And I'm like, and I was just like, bro, that's awesome. That is one of the best feelings. It's the closest you can come to being famous when you're not famous. You know, I'm not famous, I'm recognizable. You know what I'm saying? So that's always a great feeling, man. I hope to keep getting that every other trip that I go to. I hope to keep getting that and keep getting that, man. But that's happened to me often, I would say now in the past 6 months. And it's just a great feeling every time, bro.
Hey, y'all better tap in for he's untouchable.
Hey, yesterday's price is not today's price, man. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
But with you inspiring so many people to get out of their comfort zone and go to different places, like, what's the one message that you want to leave black men, especially when it comes to what it is that you're all about?
What's one thing, that's a good question, man. What's one thing I would, I guess a message that I would want to leave black men is don't give up and do whatever it is you love. And you can love more than one thing, but there's that one thing that you're gonna actually fall in love with. There's a difference between loving something and falling in love with it and continuing. I thought I loved basketball because I grew up playing my whole life, scholarship, college, all that. I thought I loved it, didn't love it. I thought I loved Instagram skits, didn't love it. Same with comedy. Whenever I started doing this, like as my uncle used to say, it tickled my fancy, man. It just literally, I'm traveling, because I was gonna be traveling regardless. But my message gets real in the back end. My message is find what you love and do it until you can't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Find what you love and do it until you can't do it anymore. Whatever that business is you're thinking about starting, do it. Like I said earlier, my pops passed. He lived an amazing life. First black mayor in my city. You know, he has so many accolades. We got a street named after Williamson. back straight from him. He did whatever it is he thought he loved, and he loved it to the fullest. So life is short, man. As we're seeing, as we went through COVID, as we're seeing all these young brothers die, these rappers, these guys in our community, and the kids in DC, you know, young kids, man, we're dying every day, man. We are becoming an extinct race, and that's not our fault. But I say that to say, take advantage of the life you have now and live it. Do what you love, live it to the fullest, and don't care what anybody says. Listen to what they say. But, or I should say this, don't care what anybody says, hear what they say, but don't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever it is you want to do. If somebody looks at you sideways, whatever. They're gonna go to sleep at night, and they're gonna sleep good. They're not gonna be worried about, oh, man, Xavier, he got the black man's journey, man. He ain't never gonna make it. They're never gonna say that, because they don't care. You know, they don't care enough to think about you in the second-hand thought. So do whatever it is you love, live life to the fullest, and have fun doing it, man.
Wow, man. $1 million worth of game right there.
$1 million, man.
Beautiful, man. Well, like I said, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this interview, man. And, you know, what you're doing is groundbreaking, man. So I'm very humbled to be your friend, and I appreciate everything that you're doing, bro.
Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate you for having me on the show. I appreciate you for being a friend. If y'all don't know, me and this guy argue every day about our point of views, man. We argue every day, but that's why I like him. He is strong-minded, I'm strong-minded, and we can agree to disagree. As black men, sometimes you can't find that. You can't find, or even men, period, women, you can't find that. You know, I tell him something about something, he puts his thought in, and then we move around. Either we agree or we disagree, and it's on to the next subject, man. But like I said, I appreciate you for having me. You're gonna go far. I see that you are dedicated and disciplined. That's why I wanted to come on this show. I appreciate you for nominating me Nomad of the Week.
Yes,
is that
sir.
What it is?
Nomad of the Week.
Okay, I appreciate you nominating me Nomad of the Week. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to my man's channel. And you better like and subscribe to mine, man, because we are going places, man. Appreciate you, dog.
Big homie.
Sure.
Blessings, bro.
No worries.
Until next time, peace out.
I was gonna take Jake. I didn't take